So today I'm going to be showing you how to install the Flyer Upgrade Kit for the electric EEW5. And this is the original Flyer. I've already taken it apart just to make the de-assembly go along faster. But basically what you can see is that a lot of the pieces, specifically the hooks and the orifice hole here, are plastic, and people who are spinning really thin yarn really fast, we're seeing some wear there. So we're replacing these plastic pieces where the yarn was wearing with metal ones. And in order to do that, you want to first take apart your existing Flyer, and I've already loosened the bolts just to make it go faster. The only thing you need to disassemble it is a Phillips screwdriver. So as long as you've got one of those, you're good to go. So we'll just take it apart. And there's two more screws on the center portion, which I've loosened those as well. So you're going to reuse these screws. So these pieces you no longer need, so I'm going to set those aside. And on these slide bars, you don't need the plastic hooks anymore. So I'm going to set those aside as well. Okay, so the next step I've also kind of done already, but there'll be paper on one side of the wooden circles. You just take that off. It'll come off a little harder than that, but it's not too hard. I just peel it off with my fingers. Then optionally, if you want, you can do a little sanding on this to sort of smooth things out. There'll be a few loose strands of bamboo on here when you're doing that. So at that point, you'll have these circles. And what you'll notice with these three circles are that there's two that are the same size and one that's a little smaller. And the one that's a little smaller is going to go in the center. You'll also notice that there's two different kinds of hooks. The one with the little groove, you might not see it on the video, but when you see it in person, you'll see it. There's one with a little groove, extra groove in it, and that one goes on second because the hole's a little bit smaller on that one, ever so slightly, and that makes it hold in place on the bar. And then this is the hook that you would want to move back and forth. It's a little bit bigger hole, so it slides easier. Okay, so with that in mind, we'll put the hooks on. So the one without the groove will go first, and that one slides on pretty easy. And then the second one, you just want to make sure the hooks on this first rod are facing the same way. I just sort of wiggle it until it gets on there a little bit. It actually isn't that hard. I'm just trying to do it quick for this video. Then the second one, again, the one without the extra little groove in it, goes on first. That one slides on nice and easy. And this other one, one thing you want to make sure is that you do mirror images so you can see that the hooks are facing the opposite way. If you forget to do that, you'll just have to take off hooks at a later step. But if you can remember to do that right now, then you won't have to remove these hooks. And okay, we're good. So next I'll put these circles onto the metal spindle. And I'll use one of these to sort of just keep the holes aligned as I'm adding more of these wooden pieces. And these wooden pieces are pretty snug, but that's according to plan. You don't want anything wiggling or getting out of balance. So I make the holes nice and snug. So they're a little hard to slide onto the metal spindle here, but that's good in the long run. And I put the other one. I'm just going to hand tighten these screws for now, because you don't want to get them so tight that you can't get these holes aligned. You need those holes aligned to put the slide bars on. So I am including some washers for both sides of this, because I found that some people were having issues with their bamboo getting a little dented, and that led to the slide bars bending more than they should be. So we add these, and that makes the slide bars a little stiffer. And now there's the orifice hole here. You want to make sure that the hooks are facing away from the orifice hole. So we'll grab this one, and the hooks are facing away. So we're good there. Just get it started, and I put the washers on. So at this point, you can use your screwdriver. I've got this electric one. It'll just make things go a little faster. You probably want to hold it so the hooks are aligned with the orifice hole again. Whoops, it's a little hard to see, but and we'll just snug it up. It doesn't need to be super tight. There's nothing bending these bars a lot. Okay. Oh, I'll want to tighten these little ones on the inside a little bit too. And like that. So now you can do some twisting of the bar to get it exactly like you want. You want to make sure that these hooks are nice and perpendicular to the center of the spindle. That'll that'll keep things from knocking into the case when they're spinning at full speed. And so at this point, the flyer is fully assembled. You're ready to go. And the yarn will be going in here, out the orifice hole, through these metal hooks. So it's only going to be touching metal at this point. And I also have some new bushings that I'll be sending out with these. There'll be a black bushing. They're a little more durable, and they fit this spindle hole better than the old ones. Just don't have those in stock quite yet. So anyways, I hope this helped people understand how they can assemble these flyer upgrade kits. Thanks for watching.